Gentlemen, let me ask you something. Have you ever been in a room with a woman and felt like there was something she wasn't saying, but everything about her body was screaming it? You knew there was a shift in the air, a certain softness in her tone, a certain way her eyes lingered longer than usual, and deep down you wondered, is this it? Is she waiting for me to act? Too many men miss these moments, not because the signs weren't there, but because fear, insecurity, or inexperience blinded them. And when you miss that window, you don't just lose a chance at intimacy, you lose her trust. She'll think you can't read her. She'll feel unseen, unheard, and unprotected. And when a woman feels unseen, she starts to emotionally check out. The truth is, women rarely spell it out in words. They hint, they invite, they open the door, but it's up to you, the man, to have the awareness, the confidence, and the emotional intelligence to step through. Today, I'm going to show you 6 ways to know when a woman is ready, when she wants to pour water. Not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Because intimacy is never just about the act. It's about the connection. And if you can't recognize her signs, you'll forever remain on the outside of her world. One of the most powerful, yet misunderstood signals a woman gives when she's ready to pour water is through her eyes. Gentlemen, let me tell you something. Her eyes will always speak before her lips do. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how, when you first meet a woman, her eye contact might be quick, sharp, almost guarded? She then looks away, protecting her space, her emotions, her dignity. But when a woman starts to feel something for you, when she begins to open her heart, her eyes soften, the walls come down, and suddenly her gaze lingers longer than before. This is not random. This is not just staring. This is her way of saying, I see you, and I want you to see me too. And when I say see me, I don't mean her beauty or her curves. I mean her soul. Women crave to be understood. They crave to be recognized without them having to scream for attention. That shift in eye contact is the moment she is silently giving you permission to enter deeper. Now, here's where many men fail. Some of you don't even notice this. You're so lost in your head, worried about what to say, whether she likes you or whether you're enough, that you completely miss the look in her eyes that was practically begging you to lead. When her eyes soften and hold on to yours, she is not testing you. She is trusting you. And trust me, it takes courage for a woman to allow that. She's opening herself, exposing her emotions, and risking rejection. Your job in that moment is not to look away nervously or brush it off with a joke. Your job is to meet her gaze with calm confidence, to communicate silently, I see you. I'm here. You are safe with me. Gentlemen, eye contact is a bridge. If you walk across it, you'll find yourself in the deepest parts of her heart. But if you ignore it, if you break it too soon, she will close that door and guard it tighter the next time. So, the next time a woman looks into your eyes a little longer, with that softness, with that quiet intensity, pause, hold her gaze. Don't rush, let the silence speak. That's how you'll know she's ready. Gentlemen, let's be honest. A woman doesn't always come out and say, I want you. Most women won't. Why? Because their world has taught them to guard their vulnerability, to protect their reputation, and to let the man lead. But here's the truth. When a woman is ready to pour water, her body will speak before her words ever will. One of the clearest ways she does this is through what I call touching without touching. Pay attention, because this is subtle. So subtle that the average man completely misses it. Maybe she leans in just a little too close when she talks. Maybe her arm brushes against yours, not once, but several times. Maybe she adjusts her seat so that her knee touches yours. These aren't accidents. They're calculated risks. They're her way of asking, can you feel me? Can you handle me? Understand this. Women rarely place themselves in your physical space unless they feel safe with you. When she starts reducing the space between you, when she closes the gap, she is lowering her guard. This is an invitation, but not just to touch her. It's an invitation to read her, feel her, and meet her energy. The tragedy is that so many men misinterpret these signals. Some men overreact, rushing in too aggressively, making her regret opening up in the first place. Others freeze, pretending it didn't happen, and she walks away thinking, he doesn't feel me. He doesn't want me. Both extremes cost you her trust. What she really wants in that moment is for you to notice and respond with balance. If she leans in, lean just a little closer too. If her hand brushes yours, don't yank yours away in fear. Instead, let it linger calmly, confidently. Mirror her energy without overpowering it. This is how you tell her, yes, I see you. Yes, I feel you. And yes, I am here with you. Gentlemen, never underestimate these small touches. To you, they might seem casual. To her, they are monumental. They're her way of stepping out of her shell, risking rejection, and saying silently, I'm ready for you to lead. So, the next time she touches without touching, don't miss it. Recognize it for what it is, her quiet, feminine way of inviting you into her world. Gentlemen, if you really want to know when a woman is ready to pour water, listen to her voice. A woman's voice is one of the most powerful emotional signals you will ever encounter. It carries her mood, her comfort, and her readiness more than her actual words. But sadly, most men are too focused on what she says, and they completely miss how she says it. In the beginning, her tone might be playful, sharp, or even guarded. She keeps it light, almost testing you, watching how you respond. But when she begins to feel safe, when she begins to invite you into her world, her voice softens. It slows down. It becomes deliberate, intentional. She's no longer just talking. She's inviting. Think about the difference between a woman saying, so, what are you doing later? In a casual tone versus her whispering it softly, holding eye contact, almost letting the words hang in the air. One is surface, level curiosity. The other is an opening, a door to intimacy. This shift in her voice is her feminine energy at work. She's not trying to control the moment. She's letting you lead by showing you that she's open. Gentlemen, women will rarely spell it out directly. They speak in energy, and their voice is one of the purest forms of energy they can share with you. But here's the danger. If you rush past this, if you ignore her tone and keep treating the moment like small talk, she will retreat. She will feel unseen. She will think, he doesn't get me. He can't read me. And once a woman feels unseen, it's only a matter of time before she disconnects. Your responsibility, when you notice this shift, is to match it, not overpower it. Lower your own tone. Speak slower. Create space in your words. Let the silence in between sentences carry weight. This tells her, I hear you. I feel you. I'm present with you. Gentlemen, never underestimate the power of a woman's voice. When it shifts, it's not just her speaking. It's her opening the door to her heart. If you have the awareness to recognize it, you'll know she's ready. Not just for physical connection, but for something deeper, something real. Gentlemen, one of the clearest ways to know a woman is ready to pour water is in the kind of questions she asks you. Understand this, when a woman shifts from surface level curiosity to heart level curiosity, she is signaling a readiness to go deeper with you. At first, her questions are casual. What do you do? Where are you from? What's your favorite food? These are safe. They're about building comfort. But when she starts asking you about your dreams, your fears, your childhood memories, your purpose in life, pay attention. That's not small talk anymore. That's her way of saying, I want to know your soul. Why is this important? Because intimacy for a woman is not just physical, it's emotional. When she begins to ask questions that open up your inner world, she's already inviting you into hers. She's testing whether you can match her vulnerability. She's saying, I'm ready to connect. Are you? Too many men miss this because they respond with surface answers. She asks, what's your biggest fear? And you laugh it off. She asks, what motivates you? And you brush it away with a joke. In doing so, you signal to her that you're not ready for depth. And trust me, if she senses that you're not ready, she will retreat. But when you lean in and answer honestly, even if your answer isn't perfect, you build something most men never give her: emotional safety. She begins to feel that you're not just another man looking for her body, but a man willing to reveal himself, willing to let her see who you truly are. And once a woman feels that emotional safety, her physical walls begin to crumble. Gentlemen, the questions she asks are more than curiosity. They are invitations. They are doors. And every time you answer with honesty, calmness, and confidence, you walk through those doors and deeper into her heart. So, the next time she looks you in the eye and asks something real, don't brush it off. Don't hide. Speak from the core of who you are, because that moment might be her way of saying, I'm ready to pour water. I just need to know if you are ready to drink. Gentlemen, understand this. When a woman truly wants to pour water, she will create the space for it. She will look for moments when it's just the two of you, when the world fades away, and there are no distractions, no interruptions, no noise. This doesn't happen by accident. A woman who values her time and her image does not simply give her presence freely. So when she chooses to pull you away from the crowd, when she suggests going for a walk, when she lingers after everyone else has left, when she suddenly asks if you can stay a little longer, she is creating alone time. And this is not about convenience. It's about intention. Why? Because intimacy cannot grow in chaos. Women understand this deeply. They know that connection requires privacy, a safe container, a bubble where emotions and energy can flow freely. When she makes the effort to remove distractions, turning off her phone, slowing down the evening, inviting you into a quieter space, she is silently saying, I want to give you more of me. Now, here's where many men miss it. Some of you are so caught up in your own head that you assume it's random. You think, oh, she probably just wants to hang out. No, women don't just hang out with men they are not interested in. If she's carving out space for you, it's because she sees potential in you. It's because she trusts you with her time, and time is her most valuable resource. But with that trust comes responsibility. If you waste that alone time talking about shallow topics, scrolling through your phone, or acting nervous, she will instantly feel regret. She will think, I gave him a chance and he didn't lead. Gentlemen, when a woman creates alone time, you must step into it with presence. Slow down. Notice her energy. Speak with depth. Hold her attention. This is your opportunity to show her that you are not just another man, you're her man. So, the next time she engineers a moment for just the two of you, don't overlook it. That is her unspoken invitation. That is her way of preparing the space for intimacy, trust, and connection. And if you can recognize it, you'll know you're closer than ever to the moment she's ready to pour water. Gentlemen, if you truly want to know when a woman is ready to pour water, you must learn to read not just her words, not just her touch, not just her questions, but her silence. Because silence, when it comes from a woman who is interested in you, is never empty. It is full of meaning. Think about it. In a world where everyone is constantly talking, constantly distracted, constantly filling the air with noise, silence becomes sacred. When a woman chooses to sit with you in quietness, when she no longer feels the need to fill every second with conversation, it's because she is comfortable. She trusts you enough to let her guard down. This is one of the most overlooked signals men ignore. Some of you panic when the conversation slows down. You think, oh no, she's bored. I need to say something funny. I need to entertain her. But the truth is, if she stays there, if she lingers in that silence without reaching for her phone, without making an excuse to leave, that silence is her way of telling you, I feel safe here. I don't need to perform. I just want to be with you. Understand this intimacy is not built in noise. It's built in presence. And silence is where presence lives. If she sits close to you, if she lets her body lean into yours, if her eyes meet yours in that quiet moment, that is not boredom. That is readiness. That is her inviting you to step into a deeper connection without a single word spoken. But here's the test. Can you hold that silence without fear? Can you lean into it with confidence, with calmness, with masculine stillness? Because if you rush to break it, if you fidget, if you laugh nervously, you destroy the very intimacy she was creating. Gentlemen, the silence of a woman who desires you is not empty. It's electric. It's heavy with possibility. And if you can hold that silence, if you can sit in it with strength, you'll discover that sometimes the loudest yes a woman will ever give you is in the silence she chooses to share.